Hello, good evening. My name is Corey Moore, aka Corey Stones, and I'm coming to you about another brewery experience that I've recently had. I want to leave a review about it. It was a very good experience, and I'm hoping that if you're going to find yourself in the Conroe or Northwest Houston area, that you can make some time to stop by this brewery. The brewery I'm going to review today is B52, and it's located off of Highway 105 in Conroe, Texas, which is a suburb of the greater Houston area in the Northwest Corridor, and it's very close to Lake Conroe if you're familiar with that area. So B52, first and foremost, the first thing that I'm going to say is it's a fantastic setup. It is a very fun environment. First of all, the location is pretty accessible. It's located off of a major road, so it's pretty easy to find. The signage could be better, but it's pretty noticeable. I mean, if you're looking and you know where you're going and you've got it on a GPS, you should be able to locate it fairly easily. But it is directly off of Highway 105. It's kind of behind some warehouses. So you're going to drive down a road that goes behind some warehouses, and this brewery is back in the woods. It's actually on some acreage in a piney wooded area, and the actual breweries or the actual brewery buildings are kind of like metal buildings. Some of the buildings, including the tap room and outdoor seating area, is kind of set up like some old storage containers, shipping container type of architecture. So it's in the middle of the woods. It's got a lot of outdoor activities. It's got fire pits, it's got horseshoes, it's got cornhole, it's got just a lot of space for you to park. It's got a lot of locations for you to bring a party. I mean, you could easily show up with 20 of your friends and host a birthday party out there, and there's plenty of room and plenty of space to accommodate that. It's also a very family-friendly and child-friendly type of environment. They do have some food trucks located out there typically, and it is got a lot of space and a lot of activities for the kids to run around and do. The tap room is located kind of in an indoor-outdoor environment. It is a covered seated area with some televisions, and it's got some open sides, and it's got all the viewpoints of the exterior outdoor grounds from that tap room area. When I was recently there, they were doing some construction. It looks like they're going to be building and adding on some additional tap room space and some other enclosed physical building space. So they were actually pouring a foundation when I was there very recently. So overall, the experience at B52 Brewery was great. I can tell you that since the parking is located in a wooded area, it's all dirt parking. So if it has been raining or if it is muddy, then you're obviously going to want to be aware of that. You know, wear the appropriate shoes or drive the appropriate car, whatever the case may be. You will get a little dirty just walking from your car to be expected walking through dirt parking lot. But other than that, the amenities and the facilities were very friendly, very fun, and I had a great time. Now let's talk about really kind of what matters, and that's the beer. The beer overall, I can tell you that if you follow me and you know anything about the beers that I prefer, I really like to stick to stouts. That's really kind of what I drink year round. So I like porters occasionally, but stouts are really where I'm at. So this particular brewery does not have a huge selection of stouts. I believe when I was there, they had 3 stouts, I believe. And one of them is kind of a staple stout. It's an oatmeal stout that they carry on a regular basis. And then they also had some seasonal stouts that were kind of some twists off of that and things that they were offering during the appropriate time period. So there were a few stouts for me to try. Overall, those beers were pretty good. I did not dibble and dabble into a lot of the other beers, but looking at their website, they do a lot of stuff with peach and cherry mixtures and blackberry mixtures. So they have a lot of fruity and citrusy kind of unique flavor combinations that brewery offers. I didn't personally try those, but the people that I was with did, and they liked them. So I can assume that was probably a good judgment of the flavor. But the B52, the way that it works is you essentially walk in and you buy a souvenir glass that I think is $15 or $20, depending on the size of the glass or the type of the glass that you choose. And then that will give you, based on your options, several tickets that will go towards what they call specialty beers or just regular beers. And so I believe it's 3 tickets that you get, and you end up getting to keep the glass with their logo on it and all of that. So overall, it's a good environment. Out of 5 stars, I'm going to go ahead and give it about 4 stars. If it had better stout selections, then I would give it a full 5 stars. But the brewery itself was very cool and made up for, the lack of stout selection that they didn't have. And the stouts that they did have were pretty good beers. So I hope that if you're in the Houston, Texas area or the Conroe, Texas area, you get a chance to go and check out B52 Brewery, which is off of 105 by Lake Conroe. It's definitely well worth it. I think you'd have a good time, take the family, and you could spend the afternoon out there and even bring some food and have a picnic. Again, my name is Corey Moore, aka Corey Stones, bringing you another brewery review. I hope that if you are sticking around for the content on my channel, stay tuned, because we're just going to keep creating a lot of different content about a lot of different topics. If you like what you hear, if you like what you see, click subscribe and hang around. And I'd love to have you as a continuing member on our group. Take care.